My hearty welcome and warm greetings to you for this webinar. Today, I am going to explain about lifestyle diseases and their connections with belly fat and how genetic science can be helpful to get rid of obesity and visceral fat. Use a laptop or PC for the best experiences. Take notes, save your questions for the end. Ask your doubts to 98469 77770 through WhatsApp. This webinar is all about number one, a quick overview about genetic science and human DNA. Number two, various reasons of how a person become obese. Number three, how obesity becomes the major killer of human beings. Number four, how to identify the reason behind your obesity as it varies from person to person. Number five, what is the importance of a personalized approach in reducing obesity? And number six, how a DNA test can be useful to identify your personalized diet and exercise. I am into the research of genetic science for the last 3 years and learned mind-blowing things about genetics and its connection with obesity-related lifestyle diseases. Now, let me introduce myself quickly. I am Lijuar Nair, wellness enthusiast, passionate in genetic science and biohacking, which led me to start Genetrix Genetic Solutions. The main purpose of this venture is to help people to live a disease-free life by understanding their unique genetic makeup. First of all, let us understand what genetics is and the importance of Human Genome Project and how it revolutionized human healthcare project worldwide. Human Genome Project was completed in the year 2003. Human genome is the huge collection of genes inside each and every one of our cells. Knowing the sequence of billions of letters that makes our genome was the goal of genome sequencing. You are unique mainly because of your genome. That is why you are prone to some particular lifestyle diseases. About 99% of the genes are similar in all human beings, but there are significant variations in each and every person in this universe that makes them unique. By understanding our DNA, we can lead a healthier and wishful life as we can understand what type of diet matches us, which exercise suits us, and how diseases affects us. If you are interested to know deeply into genome sequencing, you can watch my YouTube channel, Genetrix Genetic Solutions. How a person become obese? Normally, the answer is overeating and lack of physical activity. But these are not the only reasons. There are other factors which are secretly inside your DNA. That means your genetic composition. I will explain you certain factors, how your genes behave on various aspects of your diet. What affects the body composition? Two people of same body weight may look completely different from each other due to various hereditary factors. Number one is genes, then physical activity, diet, gender, and finally metabolism. Ghrelin and leptin, these are the two hormones which decide how you eat food. If you have a gene that makes you overweight, it increases your hunger hormone, that is ghrelin. And this gene also delays your satiety hormone, that is leptin. If leptin is produced late, you will not feel full after having a meal. We can help you find out if your gene makes you eat a lot of fat or carbohydrates and let you know what kinds of food and eating patterns will satisfy them without gaining more weight. Is meat good for you? Now, let us think how well you metabolize meat and its toxic byproducts. Do you neutralize them efficiently? Fried and grilled meats, apart from many other kinds of foods, have toxic chemicals called PAH, polyamino hydrocarbons, and PCS, polycyclic amines, that cause aging and several diseases, including cancers. While you may neutralize and eliminate them efficiently if you carry the healthy gene, but if these genes are absent in you, these carcinogens would just accumulate in your body. This is a frequent cause of colorectal cancer among the meat eaters. Then comes lactose intolerance, and it is not a myth, it is a fact. As mammals, we do not have the enzymes to digest milk and dairy products beyond our breastfeeding age. So, milk can be a natural irritant to your gut. We help you find out if you have the genes to digest milk as an adult or if you lost them right after your infancy. And studies shows that about 82% of Indian population is lactose intolerant, but most of us do not recognize this condition, as from younger ages kids were brought up by developing a habit of drinking milk or tea on a regular basis. Then sugar is certainly not good, but for some of us sugar is plain evil. Some of us have a gene that combines sugar with useful proteins and lipids, and this makes them useless products that causes inflammation. Scientists have now found that these sugar byproducts can wreak havoc in the body, slowly damaging the skin and kidneys and accelerate our aging process. Omega 3 and omega 6 fatty acids. These are miraculous micronutrients essential for various functions of the body, but only in small doses. Some of us have a gene that efficiently balances omega 3 and omega 6 fatty acids. This helps maintaining anti-aging and cognitive functions very well. But some of us don't have such an efficient gene. Let us find out and take the necessary steps for that. Beans and legumes are considered as one of the major source for B vitamins. Suppose two persons of a same family eat same quantity of beans. It is not necessary that both of their body absorbs vitamin B in the same manner, as metabolism rate is different for each and every individual. B vitamins are essential in our diet, but a defective gene fails to metabolize it properly. If you carry this defective gene, then you accumulate toxins of a metabolic byproduct and will need a special vitamin formulation. This affects only some of the B vitamins, and finding out will help you identify and prevent several deficiencies and malfunctions. Why I am discussing about obesity with special importance here? It is only because it had a direct relations to diseases which you are now carrying or going to have in the near future. Have a look at these facts. A study published in the British Journal of Public Health states that excess weight is more dangerous than being a lifetime smoker, chronic drinker, or a banned substance user. Then in India, 75% urban population is overweight or obese. So you can't feel bad as you are encountering with more obese people, and you may think yours is a normal size, but it is not so. It is advisable to check your parameters and be sure that you are not overweight. WHO has identified obesity as the fourth chronic disease today, and obesity also develops into many chronic diseases. There is a 57% chance of obese people to become diabetic, a 75% chance to end up with a weakened immune system, 30% chance for a pancreatic failure, 17% chance for having heart diseases and high blood pressure, 14% chances for arthritis, and 11% chances for cancers. Also, go through the following reports. How dangerous is obesity in situations like COVID 19? And we can expect similar situations in our future also. Here, we can see some facts regarding ideal parameters of your body, like BMI, body weight, body fat, biological age, waist circumference, BMR, and visceral fat. Of all these parameters mentioned here, many of you may be aware of BMI. It can be easily calculated without any equipments in your own home. Please check your BMI and ensure you are not falling any of the wrong categories shown in this chart. If your BMI is 18.5 or below 18.5, you are in the category of underweight. 18.5 to 25 is considered as a normal weight. 25 to 30 is overweight. If it is between 30 and 35, you are in the category of class 1 obesity. Between 35 to 40, it will be a case of class 2 obesity. 40 or above is class 3 obesity, also known as morbid, extreme, or severe obesity. Obesity is the starting point of almost all lifestyle diseases. Among the body fats of subcutaneous fat and visceral fat, the most dangerous one is visceral fat, which is to be addressed very seriously. Otherwise, it will play havoc to your life in COVID 19 like situations. What is visceral fat? This fat, which is basically accumulated in your abdominal cavity and it can't be actually seen. It surrounds your internal organs like liver, intestines, kidneys, heart, lungs, etc. It can also build up in arteries and it chokes your internal organs from working properly as if they were compressed tightly from all the sides and ultimately reduces your immunity power. Ideal visceral fat level should be less than 9. Any number above 9 is risky and above 15 it is high risk. If your visceral fat is more than 20, it is highly dangerous situation. Have you ever checked it? My recommendation to you is to check your visceral fat. As in someone's case, it may not be so visible from external looks of belly size. In some cases, even people with low belly size have visceral fat levels more than 10, which is to be addressed on an emergency basis. Otherwise, it would be a catalyst for almost all lifestyle diseases like diabetes, cardiac diseases like stroke, sudden cardiac arrest, heart attack, hypertension, etc. This visceral fat will also function as a catalyst for various cancers and diseases like Alzheimer's. It can be dangerous in case where your immunity power fails to get you recovered from infections or from some other disease conditions. Then what is the solution? Our epigenetic solution for diet, exercise, and obesity management using DNA profiling technology is a 108 days guided program where you will come to know about your cellular level health. And this program is a synergy of genetic science and natural management of diet and exercises. This program will definitely gives you a miraculous result in these 108 days, as you are going to receive an expert advice from our well qualified team of doctors and dietitians. How is Genetrix program of epigenetic solution for diet, exercise, and obesity management using DNA profiling technology is different from other various weight management programs or diet programs? In other diet programs or weight loss programs, people lose their muscle mass, charm, and end up in reduced metabolism and hydration levels, which actually ultimately leads to various other diseases in the future. Even after another 6 months, you will bounce back to earlier position. But in our Genetrix epigenetic solution for diet, exercise, and obesity management program, they will become more hydrated with a high metabolic rate, which ultimately leads to increase in muscle mass and charm, as the entire program is designed according to each individual's DNA structure by avoiding all factors which may not suit their DNA structure. By this way, this program becomes a safe and sure option. Now, I am going to tell you about the implementation part. We first collect saliva sample from you and it will be sent to the lab for DNA isolation. And after profiling your genes, a detailed report will be published and it will be sent to you. Then your genetic counselor, who is also a qualified doctor, will give you a call and explain you about how to manage your diet and exercises. Then within next 3 days, our team will keep in touch with you to start the 108 days guided program for obesity management. In a nutshell, this test will be a one-stop solution which gives you the benefit of consulting a doctor, genetic counselor, dietitian, and a fitness expert. Then, what are the costs involved? Generally, a test of these parameters costs around 40,000 Indian rupees. But we now slash the rate as we are in a drive to reach out to masses after the lockdown by the government due to the COVID-19 pandemic situation. So, here in this webinar, I am offering you this at rupees 19,999. Those who are action takers within 15 minutes from now are also entitled for some more gifts. Gift number one, you can get a further discount of rupees 3,000 straight away, which brings you the cost down to rupees 16,999. Then gift number two, Genetrix protein powder, which is completely natural without any preservatives, sugar, or stimulants, worth rupees 3,000 absolutely free. These gifts are for action takers within 15 minutes from now. I am offering it at rupees 16,999 only to help people who are health conscious. Even if you go for a weight loss program with a dietitian, it will also cost you the same. But here you are going to get a 108 days guided diet management and weight loss program absolutely free with a genetic test for your diet and exercise. Our test results will be the same for your entire lifetime, whether you take it at the age of 5 or at 55, as it tells your genetic behavior towards a particular diet and exercise. One more thing you all should notice is that this offer is only for today's participants and the offer is for action takers only. Otherwise, the price will be 19,999 for the test and you are not entitled for the offers. And the timer starts now. You can now check for the offer link in the chat box and can click the link for availing the offer for next 15 minutes. If you have any other queries, you can note it in the chat box and our team will be in touch with you. You can also send WhatsApp to my personal number 984697770 for any further doubts or other queries. Those who wish to have their doubts cleared directly from me over a Zoom call can also book for an appointment for half an hour, where I will clear all your doubts personally. For taking an appointment with me, you can click the appointment link given here in this chat. Thank you for your participation and looking forward to you for helping you in your future.